Hello all the crazy people out there, my name is Dragonite, welcome back to the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. What is that thing up here? It looks like almost like a beehive, or like vacant beehive. It is a beehive. Is that part of original Skyrim? Is that part of the base game, or is that like random Anniversary Edition Creation Club content? Anyway, so last time we made it here to the Twilight Sepulchre, we mostly finished off the Thieves Guild side quests, but there's some loose ends we gotta tie up, and one of them happens to be like way in here. So we're gonna go inside, and my follower cannot accompany me here, so Lydia's gonna have to wait outside. Unfortunately, we're gonna go down into this big, open, intimidating-looking Nordic ruin. I assume this is a Nordic ruin. I don't think there's gonna be like dead people buried here, but it looks like architectural-wise, there's a hole in the level partition. If I put the camera right exactly here. Anyway.
I don't recognize you, but I sense that you're one of us. Who are you? The last of the Nightingale Sentinels, I'm afraid. I've defended the Sepulchre alone for what seems like an eternity. We were betrayed by one of our own kind. In fact, I'm to blame for what's happened here. I was blinded by dark treachery masquerading as friendship. Perhaps if I had been more vigilant, then Mercer Frey wouldn't have lured me to my fate and stolen the skeleton key. I haven't heard that name in a long time. How do you know of me? The key! You have the skeleton key! I never thought I'd see it again. And Mercer Frey? Then it's over, and my death wasn't in vain. I owe you a great deal, Nightingale.
Alright, so I like it when, and almost on no occasion, on almost pretty much no occasion in this game, do answers regarding your, like, constitution actually matter. But I do like it for the minor role-playing, light, like, next couple lines of dialogue. I do like it when the game gives you options to be varying levels of, you know, terrible.
That's quite a noble sentiment for someone in our, well, in your line of work. My only regret is that you had to undertake this task alone. Carlia? She's still alive? I feared she'd befallen the same fate, ending up a victim of Mercer's betrayal. Nothing would bring me more pride than to return the key, but I'm afraid it's impossible. From the moment I arrived here, I felt myself, well, dying. The Sepulchre isn't merely a temple or a vault to house the key. Within these walls is the Ebonmere, a conduit to Nocturnal's realm of Everglow. When Mercer stole the key, that conduit closed, severely limiting our ties to her. I'm afraid so. I'm weakening, and I can feel myself slipping away. The years without restoration of my power have taken their toll. Whatever damage has been caused can only be corrected by following the pilgrim's path to the Ebonmere and replacing the key.
Alright, so this is part of the dialogue tree when I can just ask questions about the backstory. I do get the feeling sometimes, and the Elder Scrolls as a whole has probably more, like, background world-building lore than any game, book, movie, or anything else that I've ever read, seen, or heard of. But in some cases like this, I kind of do have to question whether this is, like, building on established lore from previous Elder Scrolls games, or if we're just, like, making things up as we go. Because it feels a little bit like we're making things up as we go sometimes when we just toss out so many names, places, and dates in quick succession like that. Anyway, I'm gonna just run around back here. Nystrom's journal, 5 gold and some lockpicks. I do not know who Nystrom is. Here, the ends. I don't know why I let Anders talk me into this plan. He said the place would be full of riches, but I have yet to see even a single gold coin. To make matters worse, I think the other priests are beginning to suspect we aren't who we say we are. If they discover we're posing as priests of Nocturnal, I'm sure they're not going to simply ask us to leave nicely. I'll have to watch my step. As an acolyte of Nocturnal, I've been assigned a mentor, old dark elf fellow by the name of Lithius. Maybe if I act the part, I can pry some information from him about the Pilgrim's Path. Anders swears to me that all of the temple's wealth is stashed within the inner sanctum, which supposedly sits at the end of the path, so my job is to get us through the obstacles alive. Lithelus, okay, there's a second L in there, was easier to coax than I expected. Gave me a wealth of information on the Pilgrim's Path, but he was speaking in riddles. I'll try to record what I remember here and share it with Anders after he's done with his mentor. The only thing Lithelus seemed clear about was that there are 5 tests on the path. This is what he said about each. Shadows of their former selves, sentinels of the dark, they wander evermore and deal swift death to defilers. Okay, so this is going to be one of those journals that sort of tells me what's up ahead, and assuming I don't want to die and go through that very, very long cutscene again, I should probably save at some point. Above all this, stand vigilant and everlasting, beholden to the murk, yet contentious of the glow. Offer what she desires most, but reject the material, for her greatest want is that which cannot be seen, felt, or carried. Direct and yet indirect, the path to salvation, a route of cunning with fortune betraying the foolish. The journey is complete, the Empress's embrace awaits the fallen, hesitate not if you wish to give to your eternal devotion. He also mumbled some nonsensical phrases like, night is the new day, and how he was the ghost of the sun. I have no idea what those cryptic sentiments mean, but hopefully during tomorrow's ritual, Anders and I will put everything we've learned to the test. Alright. Anders is a name that sounds familiar. Have I met him? Whether in this game or in a previous playthrough of Skyrim. The name Anders sounds familiar, and I don't know why. I don't think I've ever read that journal before. Anyway, I don't suppose there's anything out this way. Really could do with a better source of light than the sources of light that you are given in this game. But I think I'm going to assume that we're not, and like I said, I don't really want to go through that again if I die, so we're just going to hit the quick save button. Is there like a hotkey for quick saving? I feel like there is controls down here, not in settings. I feel like there should be a hotkey for quick save. F5. Alright, same as the run button in Game Maker. I'm gonna have to remember to do that. What is this? Troll fat. We'll take that. Let's see. So, I don't really, I can't really say I know exactly what's coming after this, but it did definitely sound like we're going to, Okay, I do actually remember this room, kind of, from the previous Skyrim playthroughs. There are... Okay, so there's only 2, which is probably good, because I would like it if I, don't... Alright, so... Ow. 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 Okay, plentiful healing. Let's go and use a couple of those. That should top me off nicely. 6 elven arrows. Ow. Okay, who is that? That is very rude. I would like it if you stopped. Just going to stagger you before I have to spend some time aiming there. And alright, so I'm out of magicka. Oh, I've only got potions of regenerate magicka. That sucks. Steel Mace of Shocks and Nightingale Blade. Let's just go and hack away at you with some of these. Staggering or power attacks occasionally will stagger you. Really? Did you just one-shot me? Wow. Alright, that one doesn't mess around. Let's go and reload that. And should I take care of the one who's like up here first, or are they both gonna be scary like that? Let's see. Just gonna take the troll fat as we run by again, and let's go through the store and let's take care of maybe the one who's like up here first. Okay, so you were like sitting at that desk, just minding your own business. All right, the other ghost is gonna have to wait because I'm dealing with this one first. Let's see, you have a couple of elven arrows on you. That is 2920 Evening Star. This is a skill book which guess I've already read it. I know that all the 2920 books are ow. Okay, you do exactly as much damage as the other one did. All the 2920 skill books are like, they'll give you a skill in a different, like... Okay, you actually missed that one. Oh, there's more? How about you... The amount of damage... Alright, I probably should take one of these. We're just gonna take one of those. The amount of damage that you're doing just with, like, a single arrow is kind of ridiculous. I would like it... Alright, I would like it if you don't... Oh, great, the second one's here now. Should I just, like, dodge? Ow. I feel like I could be playing this one a little better than I am. Is that, like, enough health for me to survive another arrow? Alright, so there goes one of them.
Die now and live forever.
Alright, how about I don't? You know what I could also do is I could actually equip a melee weapon. Nightingale Blade and the Steel Mace of Shocks, and we'll do the thing that I tried to do against the last one. And continually power attack you until you're dead. There we go. That was better. Alright, off to a good start. I don't know. I hope it improves from here. Silver ingot randomly, a piece of garlic randomly, a alchemy bench randomly. Nothing really that interesting in there. Salt pile. Alright, we can move on. Is that it for the combat? Thanks, I guess. Is that it for the combat, or is there going to be more of these guys to fight? Did sound like there were distinct trials. Let's see, should I take more wine? Filter of pickpocketing, that's the sort of thing you would expect to find in here. I'm not going to check every single book to see if it's a skill book or not. But, alright, we pulled some useful treasure off of that. So, I hope... Can I talk to this thing, or is it just a marker? It's a very tall, like, lectern thing. Oh, is it a pulpit? Alright, I like I'm about to... I would like to bring this meeting to an open. Anyway, let's go down here. I see, yeah, I'm gonna get shot by arrows if I step on that, aren't they? Fortunately, those don't do a lot of damage. Alright, so let's, should I quick save again? Are we gonna be... I probably don't want to have to go through that again. Let's see. So here we've got some generic set pieces. I definitely remember running through some halls not too unlike this in previous dungeons. What is this? Oh. I remember this room. Alright. Yeah. So, if I... Yeah. The light makes you take damage. I didn't even have time to... I was going to go and click on that guy, and I was expecting that there was going to be some, probably, another notebook on him explaining what exactly is going on. But let's stay out of the light. Okay, so that counts as in the light. How about... I do want to check that guy, because I do want to see if there's, like, an explanation on him or something. But does it count if I'm, like... Okay, so being in the shadow isn't good enough. I actually have to stay out of the radius of, the beacon. So I guess if nothing else, I'm probably going to get some restoration experience from this. I would like to... Alright, so you had the candlelight spell, which is appropriate enough, and I was just barely quick enough to get away from that before keeling over dead. Alright. Let's see. Is there any way for me to get up there? Probably not. It doesn't look like there's anything up there for me. But I am going to want to stay away from this light. You are also, going to be dead. Is there, like, steam coming off of me? There is. Alright. Let's not do that. So I'm definitely gonna want to be a little bit careful here. Oh, there's also arrow traps. That's nice. Can I activate that tripwire and disable that trap? Okay, that's gonna just, like, disable the next one. Fun. Yeah, I'm getting a lot more restoration experience from doing this than I, usually do in this game, because I don't usually pay that much attention to restoration. Alright, that looks treacherous. That's also, like, extremely bright. Let's see, let's go this way. Any other arrow traps? No arrow traps. Yeah, there's a... Oh, there are arrow traps. Where was it? I didn't see... Oh, it's on the bridge. Avoid direct contact or proximity to, that's going to be the next one. I saw that one. Avoid proximity to these extremely bright radioactive, like, brazier things. Are we through? Is there any more? Are there any... Oh dear. Okay, we're gonna go through the door. Gonna be done with that room. And I got another level in restoration. Probably not. If you really wanted to grind restoration, I feel like there are, like, worse... I guess there aren't worse ways of doing it. Oops. Right, so anyway, the good news is that I do kind of just have enough health, enough magicka that I could run through that gauntlet. Just keeping the healing spell open and not really have to worry about much. However, maybe let's not linger. Although, I do feel like you should be able to just, like, grind some restoration experience by doing that, but I'm not brave enough to try it again. Alright. So that was fun. Let's come through this way, and we have a very tiny chest. We're going to take some of the very useful items in there. And down at the end of this hall, I definitely thought you were like a monster or something, but that is a statue of Nocturnal. I can't talk to you, unfortunately. It looks like this guy tried. He didn't have very much luck. Potion of the Warrior. That's a potion of Fortify, like, one-handed or two-handed or something, right? Let's see. So this is one of those, like, puzzle door things, which means that I'm gonna have to find... Alright, yeah, they're usually not too far away. In pretty much all cases, they're either, like, right next to it or at most within, like, line of sight of it, so I wouldn't expect to have to go farther than, like, back here to find the activation mechanism. With the way that the light was dancing around, I definitely thought that you were waking up and starting to attack me. Also, you have a bird. Alright, love birds. So let's come down here and see what fresh horrors await us next. Let me see. I mean, okay. Okay, that was another arrow trap. I probably should just, like... Yeah, okay. Just gonna wait patiently. Should I, like, do the thing again? Alright, I was expecting something else, but I heard the click and I thought that there was gonna be, like, boulders falling or something like that, but I will also accept one of those pulls. Let's see. Looking out for more pressure plates on the floor now. Should I probably be, like, compulsively quick saving? What is ahead? Alright, the Inner Sanctum. I don't want to go to the Inner Sanctum yet. This will quick save for me. I don't want to go to the Inner Sanctum yet. I want to go back. I did see that there was a, something around this way. Let's see. What is around this way? Okay, so it's more of these guys. You guys... I can't... Oh, there you are. Heard the second voice. Did not see a second dot. Can I just, like, keep you both staggered in alteration? I feel like that's... I don't have quite enough MP to make that work. Ow. Yeah, you did about as much damage as those guys did the last time, which is definitely not ideal. Let's go do regenerate health also. Out of just, like, an abundance of caution. Alright. Let's see. At some point, I will have enough magicka to cast spells at you again. Vigorous healing is 100 points of health. Let's see, you... Oh, come on. Alright, so that takes care of this one. I'm gonna go heal again. And if I, like, weave back and forth while my magicka regenerates, will that just, like, make it harder for you to hit me? I don't need a lot. I don't need a lot right now. Shout, shout, shout. There we go. I don't need a lot right now. You're almost dead. I'm not going to bother changing weapons, but there we go. Okay. Cutting it a little bit close. Going to take those elven arrows if you don't mind. Let's see. I don't see any more, and the music is definitely stopping. So we're probably about done fighting the things that want to kill me in here. Down there. Let's see. Let's explore this room a little bit. There's probably some treasure in here. What is over here? Is this just the other end of that little hall? Okay, master lock. I will use the skeleton key since I have it. Okay. Got a lockpicking level from that. And this is just okay, so if I wanted to avoid all those traps, I didn't see that there was a door here. I could have just gone through here and fought those guys instead. All right. That checks out. There's some extremely old Nord mead on the shelf over here that I'll just be taking. All right. It's you know, alcohol. There can't possibly be anything funny growing in it, and it's probably just matured past the original brewing date. That was pickpocket.
Hey.
Let's see. No other books of interest over here. There's a ruby. So there's some treasure here. A lot of ruined books, which aren't the most interesting here. Coin purse, that's 20 gold. Is there anything? This is just one of those generic statues. All right. I don't know what that was for. Didn't know that the nocturnal people, the nocturnal cult, were keeping political prisoners or anything. Let's see. Are we done in here? I think we are done in here. So now we can go to the inner sanctum. What is this? Was this like 3 trials, 4 trials? Are there were the ghosts that were fighting me in the first room. There were there was that sunshine room that was trying to kill me. There were the regular traps. I think that was 3. I haven't really been counting. Should I count? If I go back to the journal, we've seen that one. Above all this, stand vigilant and ever beholden to the murk. Okay, so we got shadows of their former selves. We got beholden to the murk. We got reject the material. Her greatest want is which cannot be seen, felt to. I think, was that just the hidden door? Direct and yet indirect. Yeah, see, I'm not following the puzzle here. I don't know what any of that had to do with really anything we've seen past that sunshine room. So we'll just move on and we'll deal with the obstacles as they come up. What is past here? Anything going to jump out at me here? We've got a big hole in the ground. That's lovely. Cowabunga. I took a lot of damage from that. Actually, I didn't. I took less damage from that than I thought I was going to. Anders' message. Okay. And an iron dagger of dismay. I guess I should probably read that. That seems like it was here for a reason. This is Anders. So, if I've ever met another NPC named Anders in this game, it was a different character. After I memorized Nystrom's clues he collected from Lythelus, I slit his throat. That's nice of you. Joke's on me because I'm stuck here and I don't see a way out. Hope somebody comes by soon. I'm getting hungry. Oh. This is a cutscene. I used the key on the floor, I guess. It's not how keys are usually used. So that's where it belongs, I suppose. Let me look around in here. That looks like a door. There's gonna be some important thing happening in here, I'm fairly sure. I mean, I know that there is. I just don't know if it's here or if it's later on, but it looks like it's about here. All right. Nocturnal, I would say in the flesh, but I've been playing this game for long enough to know that this is probably an illusion.
It's been a number of years since I've set foot on your world. Or perhaps it's been moments. One tends to lose track. So, once again, the key has been stolen, and a champion returns it to the sepulchre. Now that the Ebonmere has been restored, you stand before me awaiting your accolades. A pat on your head, a kiss on your cheek. What you fail to realize is your actions were expected and represent nothing more than the fulfillment of your agreement. Don't mistake my tone for displeasure. After all, you've obediently performed your duties to the letter. But we both know this has little to do with honor and oaths and loyalty. It's about the reward, the prize. Fear not. You'll have your trinkets, your desire for power, your hunger for wealth. I bid you to drink deeply from the Ebonmere mortal, for this is where the agent of Nocturnal is born. The oath has been struck, the die has been cast, and your fate awaits you in the Everglow. Farewell, Nightingale. See to it the key stays this time, won't you?
You would think that there would be an easy way to ensure the key security and that you could just, like, I don't know, barricade the door so that nobody can get in. Anyway.
I'm glad you were able to bring the key back safely. Nocturnal seemed quite pleased with your efforts.
Oh, I need to actually... There we go.
I wouldn't take that to heart. It's her way. Think of her as a scolding mother continually pushing you harder to be successful, outwardly sounding angry, but silently content. I assure you, had she been displeased with you, we wouldn't be having this conversation. The circles at the base of the Ebonmere imbue you with powers befitting a Nightingale agent. The crescent moon represents the agent of shadow, the half moon for the agent of subterfuge, and the full moon for the agent of strife. This is Nocturnal's way of maintaining balance. If you ever feel the need to change your abilities, you can return to the Sepulchre and step onto a different circle. Be warned that once you've chosen, you can't reselect for at least a day. Now, your life as a Nightingale begins. Should the need arise, you'll be summoned to the Sepulchre in order to defend it. The Guild has welcomed me back with open arms. I feel like a void in my life has finally been filled. I only hope that this isn't an ending to things, but actually the beginning. Why, perhaps the greatest crime spree Skyrim's ever known. There are pockets brimming with coin, and coffers overflowing with riches ripe for the picking. We may be Nightingales, but in our hearts we're still thieves, and we're damn good at what we do.
Alright, so that is more or less the end of this. I guess I probably should ask you what the, to actually explain what these things are.
The agent of stealth is the master of remaining unseen. They are able to manipulate the darkness and use it to their advantage. On moonlit nights or in darkened rooms, this agent literally becomes invisible. The agent of subterfuge utilizes shadow to cloud the judgment of those around him. By weaving the darkness to their will, this agent can manipulate others into fighting for the Nightingale for a limited time. This agent of strife can send forth a tendril of pure darkness into the heart of another, causing great injury to them. At the same time, this tether will bolster the agent's own life force, making him stronger.
So I don't really plan on using any of these powers, but you can pick one, and I feel like the Agent of Strife just sounds the most interesting. Okay, good, I selected the right one. I did not remember which symbols were which, and it probably honestly doesn't really matter.
Gallus! I feared I would never see you again. I was afraid you'd become like the others.
If it were not for the actions of this Nightingale, your fears would have come true. She honors us all.
What will you do now, my love?
Nocturnal calls me to the Everglow. My contract has been fulfilled.
Will I ever see you again?
When your debt to Nocturnal has been paid, we'll embrace once again.
Farewell, Gallus. Eyes open. Walk with the shadows.
Goodbye, Carlyle.
Alright, so that's the end of that. I assume it is, or you're gonna... There you go. So that's the end of that. I believe we can leave now. Can I just, like, go through one of these? Portal to the entrance. Are these all the same? Sounds like they are. Alright. So we're just gonna teleport on out of here. Let's see. I see the sconces are lit. These ones do not irradiate me to death. And is there anything else I really want to do here? I think we're set. I guess I'll go... It would be in the magic menu. The powers. Nightingale Strife. Instantly absorb 100 points of health from the target. Alright. I'll try to at least remember that that's there once throughout the rest of this game. For the record, I keep answering questions that are like, are you doing this for honor or for riches or for revenge or whatever? I'm doing this because I want to play Skyrim and I want to, like, see as much of the content in this game as possible. I am role-playing the completionist or near completionist. Anyway, Lydia, sorry you had to miss the fun. I died a lot in there. I think I'm going to... You know what? I'm going to go and end the video, and I'm going to end the video staring at that big purple thing, because that was kind of a cool scene. So, my name is Dragonite, this has been the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. Next time, we are going to go back to the Thieves Guild in Riften, and we're going to finish off... Oh, do I have to go through the... Okay, so I don't have to go through Pilgrim's Path again. I can just go through the purple door. We're going to go and finish off whatever tasks remain in the Thieves Guild. You should all go check out Wizarducks and the Lost Hat, which is one of the games that I like to work on when I'm not doing YouTube stuff. Link to the Steam page can be found down below. I hope you all enjoyed that, and I will see you all later.